Welcome back to the Introduction to React course. In this video we'll focus on React components. We'll talk about component types, usage, and props. React components represent reusable pieces of user interface. They have input props, and their output is a React element, which in turn renders UI elements on the screen. React supports two different types of components: functional and class components. Functional components are JavaScript functions that accept the component props as parameters and just return React elements using JSX. Class components are JavaScript classes that extend the React component class. They accept the component props as a parameter in the class constructor and implement a render method that returns a React element using JSX. Before React 16.8, only class components could have dynamic state. Because of that, developers used to use functions for dumb presentational components and classes for components that needed dynamic state. Since React 16.8, the introduction of hooks allowed dynamic state and effects in functional components. Nowadays, most new code is written using functional components, and many code bases are being rewritten to use them instead of classes. React is developing in that direction, which is why in this course we'll focus on functional and not on class components. Component names must be capitalized. The capitalization allows JSX to recognize that the element is a component. React components can be used at different levels of abstraction. A button, a form, and an entire view can all be React components. This is possible because components are related by composition. A React component can have one or many other React components as its children. Components can be used in JSX, and the attributes of the XML tag are passed as props. The child elements are also passed in the props object as the children property. One rule of React components is that the props of the component are immutable. The statements inside the component function should not mutate the input props of the component. Of course, in a single page application, components have to be dynamic. They have to change after they render initially. React handles this with a concept separate from props called state, and we will talk about React state in depth in the next video. Stay tuned.